Alright, boys, we've got some of them new Beast Snaggers here to join our war. We've been getting a lot of our teeth kicked in, yeah, that's true. But with these new Beast Snaggers, we're going to be kicking in lots of teeth ourselves. Get ready, lads. The war's coming. War!
Greetings, fellow Gits. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Gitman speaking. Welcome to this showcasing video of some brand new Beast Snaggas I boys. Well, technically only 20 of them are actually Beast Snaggas I boys, but oh well. Now, before we carry on, I would just like to say that some of you are probably wondering where I am at the moment, because this is not my usual spot where I record. To answer that question, I am over in Seattle visiting with my parents. And the reason I'm, well, recording a video now is because I have the house all to myself right now. And I didn't want to record a video when everyone else was around, in case they interrupted me or they would tell me to not record a video, because you know how parents are. But anyways, nobody's here except for me. I can't speak right now. Anyways, let's let's just quit mouthing on and get on with the video. So to start off, we're going to start with the star of this entire orc force, and that is, drum roll please. That wasn't a very great drum roll. Oh no, his head came off. There, this is the star of the entire thing. I bet one of you were gonna think I was meaning him or the guy's head that just came off. But no, the little snotling on Squig motorbike armed with the deadly rusty nail is the star. Everyone knows he's the star. At least anyone who's gotten this box knows he's the star. And he's got lots of character to him. Now, granted, none of these models are painted except for one, and it's one of those Beast Snaggas I boys right there. And it's because I'm not in really a rush to paint them, and also I was planning on painting them with an airbrush because my brother suggested that I paint them with an airbrush, and I'm taking his word for it, or taking him up on his offer rather. But anyways, I really like this little snotling. He looks funny and goofy. He's a weedy idiot who thinks he's gonna shank somebody with a giant nail, when in reality he's just a way of trying to drive the squig into the enemy lines before blowing up and dying in a glorious fashion. And yeah, he looks very cool. Anyways, next up, how about we go with the one whose head popped off? Because why not? And I don't know if I'll be able to actually stick his head back on, because I have to hold the camera with my hand. This is going to take a while. Maybe if I get it on, maybe if I don't. Ah, there we go. Oh. Alright. Okay, here we go. So we have Mr. Zodgrod Snaggas. Everyone's quote-unquote favorite model. I'm saying that in response to some people who say this model looks terrible, which, you know, they're entitled to their own opinions, but I think he looks great. I'm not going to spin him around because, as you saw, his head's not glued on. There's a reason for that. It's because when I get around to painting him, his head's going to be in the way, so I had to keep that off. Anyways, a bit of a backstory for him is he used to, well, this is for people who aren't affiliated with orcs that much, because I do know there are people who watch my channel who aren't affiliated with orcs that much. But he used to be a snakebite runt herder who eventually got the idea that grots, or just the lower forms of orc life, could actually be trained to have some form of use, which most orcs found to be, well, a giant waste of time. And eventually he got kicked out of his tribe after he crammed another orc through a shock attack gun and fired him through it, which was very impressive to the other orcs around them, but they weren't impressed enough to actually keep him from getting thrown out of the clan. but I don't think he really cared too much. Anyways, it's old Zogrod Wartsnake. Yeah, there goes his head again. I was trying to make sure he didn't lose his head again. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, next, I'm gonna go with the Hog Riders. They're not actually Hog Riders. These are the Squig Hog Boys. And, well, I don't really know what to say about them. Although, one thing is, even though it looks like the rider and the little grot on the back are glued on, they are actually not. They'll wiggle a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera. Actually, whoops. Hopefully nothing is broken. Hold on, focus. Is anything... Focus. Is anything broken on him? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Whew. But yeah, they're all they're all separate from their rides, because again, when I get around to painting them, they need to be separated from their ride. And I quite like these models. I think they're quite pretty full of character. I especially love the giant squigs that they're riding on. This one in particular, I really appreciate how the back legs and the tail were just hacked off and then replaced with an engine and a wheel. It's a nice touch. It just goes to show that orcs are willing to do anything to maybe just get a bit of speed on their rides. This one, I'd argue that he's my favorite, although actually, even though I say that now, I like all three of them equally. I'd say, I don't know what there is to say about this one. I do quite like the running stance on this squig, and how it looks like he's just about to eat some poor sap that he's charging into. And, yeah. Nice. That's the Squig Hog Boys. I put them back over with... Please stay on your squig and don't break. Put him back over with the next model that we are going to be showing off. And I'm not going to say this one is my favorite, because I'm going to probably say that about a lot of these models. But you know what, I'm going to go ahead and say that he's my favorite. Even though it's not true, you can fire away at me in the comment section saying of how much of a liar I am to say that this one's my favorite. And yeah, this is the knob on Smash-A-Squig. Let's see if we can get a nice shot of him. Also, this is probably a bit too late in the video. If you guys are hearing birds chirping in the background, those are my family's pet parakeets making that chirping noise. Probably a bit too late to say that in the video, but oh well. And I just really like the look of this guy. He looks very cool. Yeah, I really like him. Now, he did have an option to instead be carrying this big chopper that's on his back instead of the Slugga, but I chose the Slugga because he's got, focus. He's got a lovely bionic arm. And, not many of the orc models that I have bionics on their limbs. There are some, but they're far few in between. I don't know actually what that really means. You guys can pick on me in the comments after this video as well. And, yeah, he just looks very cool. Anyways, the Smash-A-Squig is actually based off of the dinosaur that would ram into things with its bare head. Like just ram into things with a bonehead. I don't know how else to describe it. And this thing's basically just like that, but instead of a bony head, he's replaced it with a metal plating. And yes, that is a metal plate, for those of you who don't know. Excuse me. Just Nothing else really to show off about him, other than maybe his chopper on the back, which I really like the look of that weapon. Yeah, I look forward to painting this guy. Oh, and also again, he's just like the Squig Hog Boys. He's actually not glued to the squig, but I'm not gonna actually take him off right now. So you can just have to take my word for it. And next we have two mobs of Beast Snaggas Boys. We'll start with these boys over here. Come on over, boys. Oh no, come on over, Don't fall down. Hopefully you guys didn't take Zogrod's head with you. No, come here. And let's just spread these guys all out. And yeah, so here they are. We'll start with the front and center one, the knob, and I really like this guy. Again, as I stated before, he is my favorite model. he's probably not, because a lot of these boys actually look very cool. But I do think that he looks very cool. The bionic arm, the power snap bow looks very cool. I really love the shoulder pad that's in the shape of a Triceratops. The pistol weapon, focus, there we go. I really like the pistol weapon because it's a revolver-esque type, just kind of like the knob on Smash a Squig, which I think fits very well with the theme of these Beast Snaggas. And yeah, the back banner, well, it's a back banner. Oh, focus. And you know, it's actually not too bad of a back banner. And there's a next guy. We have this guy. Hold on. Sorry. I really like the look of this guy as well. The animal hide in particular, for some reason reminds me a bit of Godzilla. For some reason, like, it just reminds me a lot of a part of Godzilla's back. Like eventually these Beast Snaggas Boys found Godzilla, killed him, and then just hacked him to bits and just are wearing pieces of Godzilla. Which, you know, it's not entirely impossible. And also he's actually wearing the jaw piece that the Beast Snaggas knob was wearing. He also actually has the same head as the Beast Snaggas knob. And it's because originally his head was supposed to have a giant plate on it, but I didn't actually really like the look of that, so I decided to put another head on. I also really like the look of his choppa, just the combination of chainsaw and buzzsaw, if that's actually what it is. But I quite like the look of the buzzsaw kind of thing. He also has a bionic peg leg, because, you know, hunting monsters and killing giant things is gonna take some of your limbs off in the process. So he had to get himself stitched up by the Pain Boys. Next, we'll go with this guy right here. This is the Beast Snaggas Boy with Thump Gun, and this is for people who don't know. The Thump Gun is a type of grenade launcher hybrid between a shotgun and a grenade launcher, I guess. I don't really know. I would probably just teeter towards calling it a grenade launcher. And you can actually make two of these. I just decided to make the one because, well, it looks kind of cool, and also I wanted more choppy Beast Snaggas than shooty. So he actually doesn't come with these these grenade belts on his back. Those are stuck on as an option, but you only are supposed to quote unquote give them just one. I decided to give him 5, and the 6th one is the one stuck on the end of on the end of the thump gun that's making it look like he's firing. He's firing the thump gun. And yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. Let's see. Another Beast Snagga boy with some bullet loops on his chest. Those were also optional. I quite like the look of his stance. I will say the animal hides that these Beast Snagga boys are wearing, I like all of them. But I just like this guy's stance because it's a stance of like, come at me, bro. Which, you know, any orc can be proud of. No. Next up, we've got, well, this guy. He's, well, I don't know what else to say about him. There's not much to say. I do quite like the look of how he's swinging left a little bit. I'm not sure if it's left. Yeah, it is left. But I do like how he's swinging left a little bit. It's like he's about to charge headlong into the enemy gunfire, which any orc would do. He also has a bionic leg because, again, hunting monsters is dangerous and you lose a lot of your hands and feet. And yeah, I quite like the look of this guy. The beast focus. The beast hide focus. The beast hide in general, I should probably not touch the part that I'm talking about. But the beast hide in general, I think looks very nice. And let's see, who else have we not? We haven't looked at this guy yet. Now, this guy, someone had alluded to me before of how this guy looks a little bit like a gangster with the way he's holding his pistol. And I can totally see that. I think he looks very cool with that kind of stance. The shoulder pad actually, it looks very nice. It kind of reminds me, focus. It kind of reminds me of the skull of a raven. I don't know why, but it just gives me that kind of feel. And I've just noticed that there's a mold line on his arm. I don't know. Forgot to clean that up when I built these guys. Alright, and I think we only have 3 more to look at. Or, wait, hold on, no, we haven't looked at this guy yet. Well, what's to say about this guy other than just you can appreciate the bionic arm. Yeah, I like the look of this guy. If you'll notice, he actually has a piece of his jaw missing. Assuming that was blasted off or something, because it doesn't look like any type of monster could do that. They probably would have bitten half of his face off. I like the skull shoulder pad as much as everyone else, and I'm not saying that is a bad thing. The slugga, it actually looks pretty nice. It looks kind of like it'll double as a pistol and some kind of small handheld submachine gun. Yeah, I really like this guy. Next, we got this guy right here. Now, his beast hide, it also kind of reminds me a bit of Godzilla because of the way the spines are arching up. And, yeah, he's also got a bionic arm because you can't have too many bionics. And, he's got a few piercings, focus. A few piercings in the ears just to show that he's a tough old boy. Yeah. Taking a focus. And he's taking a nice stride into battle. Yeah. And next, who have we not looked at yet? We haven't looked at this guy. Well, this guy is actually kind of similar to this one right here. But I feel like he's more of roaring out a challenge to somebody rather than saying, come at me, bro. Which I think that's very cool. The skull shoulder pad is kind of similar to that guy's, except it looks, focus. It looks a bit more like it's got a beak on it with some teeth. Yeah, it's not a bad touch. You also may notice that these guys are covered in scars and a bunch of holes in their pants. And that is because, well, they're busy fighting and hunting monsters, as any Beast Snaggas should be. Anyways, and last but most certainly not least, we have this boy, and I really like him. I think that this beast hide is actually close to my favorite by the look of it. It's mostly just because, like, when I look at focus, when I just look at it, I am imagining a sea creature that its hide is just painted in blue, and I'm definitely gonna be painting this guy's beast hide in blue because it just feels right. And he's the only one that's actually taking a running stance, and the only one with a bit of a bit of dirt on his base while he's running. I was about to say clump. Actually, I did say clump, but it's not what I should have said. And next, let's move these guys all out of the way. We have these guys. And the reason I'm saying just these guys is because, well, to be honest, they all are exactly the same as the models that I had shown off. Like, they're just basically the same as those guys. With the only real differences between them are this guy, and this guy to a small extent. Oh, and also, they actually have a guy that's got some paint on him. And he's not finished. He's just got a little bit of paint on him. I've just started on some of the metal bits and the green skin and the beast hide. I probably won't do any more on him while I'm over here in Seattle because I need to paint his trousers, and there's no real good brown paints around here to paint his trousers. Anyways, so we'll just take a look at these three because those all look exactly the same as those ones over there. So we'll go ahead and just start with this one. Again, there's nothing real different about him except for two things: the shoulder pad and the head. Now, the shoulder pad, it actually was for a second Beast Snaggas boss knob, but I decided to glue it onto this guy because, well, it looks a lot cooler than the bland shoulder pad that the other one has. And yeah, I think it actually makes this guy look pretty cool. And also this head that he has, it's actually the same as this guy's head. Because again, his other head had the armor plate on top, which I didn't like, so I just changed it to a new head because it just feels right. And we'll go ahead and go with this guy. Now, this is the thump gun boy, but instead of having a thump gun, he has a slugga and choppa, and I quite like the look of how the choppa's across his chest with the focus. The slugga swung way out. I quite like the look of that. It's like it's almost like he's actually about to hit somebody with his pistol. It was like he was meaning to swing his choppa out, but instead of swinging his choppa out, he swung his pistol out to just beat somebody in the face with. Which, well, he's an orc. What else are you gonna do with any blunt object that is meant to beat people to death with, even if it's a gun? And then last, and also most certainly not least, we have the this guy. I was about to say second boss knob, but he's not actually the boss knob. Like, technically I could say he's the boss knob since he's the only one that's actually close to looking far different to the rest of the boys. But I probably won't because I probably will be running these guys in a mob of 20 instead of 2 mobs of 10. Just because it feels right. But I really love this model. I'd say just everything about him is perfect. The face, the stance, the pistol, the chopper, the beast hide. Yeah, I really like this guy. I really like the look of the giant spines on the back. I was kind of thinking that it was teeth for a moment, but it's not. And the chopper, I really like the look of this chopper. It just looks very savage. It also kind of reminds me of the chainsaw chopper that the knobs have. And yeah, that's all I say about them. And yeah, there's all the Beast Snaggas. Well, what else to say about them other than just I have them. That's all there is to say about that. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and sorry I haven't posted one in a long time. It's, again, because I've been over in Seattle and haven't had the time to record until now, which is kind of a last moment thing because when I finally had the house all to myself, I forgot about recording a video until some people were nice enough to remind me about recording a video. And so how to close out? Well, tell me what you think about these Beast Snagga boys. Like, do they all look great and savage, or do they look stupid and dumb? Which any opinions are allowed. Just to make sure that they're friendly. They're spoken in a friendly manner. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button if you feel like watching more of my videos, if they ever come out again. And yeah, thank you for watching. This is the Gitman signing off for now.